Welcome to our Dragonbane adventure. We are the Printy Brothers. We're going to be playing the solo campaign.
Yes, it's a solo campaign called Alone in Deepfall Breach.
You'll notice there are two of us. We're not alone. So this is Together in Deepfall Breach.
Now, we have already created our characters. If you missed that video, go ahead and take a look at it if you want to see character creation. All right, you want to get into it?
Yeah.
Legend tells of a wicked wound in the world struck by the demon lord Sathmog's spear, Deepfall Breach. The perilous depths of the breach plummet leagues into the foundations of the misty veil, comprising rough-hewn passages, echoing caverns, and ancient ruins. Only a fool would venture alone into this realm of chaos and shadow. And yet, here you stand.
So there was a demon who ruptured the fabric of
the world.
and he created a bunch of passageways that are
Deepfall Breach.
possibly have weird mystic crap
He
going on.
ruptured it with his spear.
All right, a little weird.
It's not fricked up in any way. It is
A
a...
spear.
Okay, there you go.
Do you want to do a little intro of our characters?
Well, my character's name is Mort. He is a very spry halfling fellow with a smile always littered upon his face. He has long, medium golden hair that drapes down just above his shoulders, as well as a beautiful golden goatee. He is eager to make a name for himself. So he is adventuring for glory.
My character is Griffin Bundlewood. Now we are both adults, just for the sake of our statistics being the same. My guy, I think, is a little bit older. He's an older soul. He has a little bit of a graying hair. He has very nice looking cloak and clothing. He carries around his lyre at all times. He also reluctantly carries around a knife or a short sword, but in the hands of a halfling, it is the size of a sword.
Come on, Griffin, you're gonna need that blade of yours.
I don't want to use no blade.
You might have to. The way we're going is gonna be dangerous.
We ought to turn back.
I don't think we're gonna be turning back in this weather. This looks like a nice peaceful little den to take shelter in for the night.
I find we stay here for one night, then we head back.
All right,
Before it's too late.
one night and we'll keep moving. And that's when we enter Deepfall Breach.
The nameless chapel stands at the edge of Deepfall Breach. The mortared stones of the structure have stood fast against time, wind, and calamity. Oaken doors hang loose and creaking on ancient hinges. Inside, the chapel casts a shadow of itself. Candles lend their meager glow in flickering clusters. Maze-like etchings litter a large desk occupying the far wall.
Maddening, aren't they?
The gruff, weathered voice proceeds, a hunched form dislodging itself from the shadows. Silver streaks the coal-black fur of a wolfkin draped in ratty robes. Numerous scars mark the wolfkin's lupine visage, with a stone sphere replacing his left eye.
The breach,
He continues, nodding toward the desk littered with labyrinthine maps.
impossible to map with any accuracy.
He introduces himself as Stone Gaze, though he also supplies his true name, Engulfier. The name is not unknown to you, but the Engulfier of whom you've heard tell is a fearsome warrior and famed hunter of demons, not an old hermit priest.
Have you come to delve the breach?
He asks.
There's good to be done, justice to be dealt, and riches to be uncovered, if ye've the metal for it.
Deepfall Breach? Sounds like a dangerous and thrilling adventure.
It would be very dangerous, very thrilling, an adventure of a lifetime.
This is what we've been looking for, Griffin. This could be our opportunity for a big break.
No. We ain't want no adventures here.
It sounds like it's not too dangerous.
He said it was the most dangerous you could ever have.
He didn't quite say that.
No, it pretty much would be the most dangerous thing a new adventurer could ever do.
Well, think about it this way.
Do you hear what he said?
Well, think about it this way, Griffin. If we do survive, which chances are there, we could make a big name for ourselves in the world. We could become great heroes, tales and legends and songs. Songs will be written about us, Griffin.
I don't want to be being in no songs or being in no legends. I want to be the one to write the songs. I don't care about my name being splattered all over the world.
All right, we're fine then. You can be on your way. When I come back as a hero, you can write a song about me.
Fine, very well. I'll be going then.
All right then.
He walks out of the chapel into the rain, and even some lightning goes across the sky.
As he's out there, Mort is just like, well then, Mr. Engulfier, sir, Mr. Stonegaze.
Alone, you'll have no chance. This will be interesting.
Okay, well then, right, all right then. Suppose I'll be going down into the breach then?
And then outside, Griffin is looking up into the rain.
Darn Mort, always dragging me along with these things. I'll get you one of these days.
And he walks back inside.
I knew you'd come back, hobbling back to old Mort. You want to be in the tale.
Oh, let's just not before we do anything crazy, alright?
A nap?
Yes, a nap. I could use a good nap before we do whatever it is we're gonna do.
Plunder? Adventure?
Not plunder.
Risk our lives for amazing glory and adventure?
No.
I hope we encounter a troll down there.
A troll? No! Please, no.
Down here, there's no sun that could get to him. We'd be all on our own.
No sun.
You better kiss that big bowl of fire goodbye. We're not going to be seeing it for days, weeks on end down here.
Dear, what am I getting myself into?
I think we're about to find out. Well, after you take your little nap, that is.
I won't be long.
About 10 hours later, he's finally done napping and ready to reluctantly go on an adventure.
Now, Engulfier is going to send us on a series of missions. There are 6 missions. Each one, he gives us a little bit of a description before we go in.
Okay.
He tells us a little bit about what our objective is and some of the things that we can expect along the way. Now, some things are going to be unknown to us, so we'll have to decide as we go or roll on tables.
So there's some creative liberties that we can take.
This first mission is going to have 5 waypoints. They're each little areas that we have to make our way through.
All right. We gather around the briefing room.
Which is just his fricked up desk with all his papers scattered about it.
Yeah, he has some like really small glasses.
Well, he's got a stone eye, so he's just got a little, what is that thing
monocle?
called? He's got a monocle that he puts over his other eye.
Yeah.
And as he's reading, or as he's saying this to us, his stone eye glows yellow.
He's always like looking down at the paper his stone. I was like, "Eek," looking at us.
Oh, frick. All right, anyway, he says, the leader of a sect of demon cultists holds the World Breaker Shard.
This guy really just turned into a quest giver real fast.
Listen up, this is important information.
All right.
As I was saying, the cultists hold the World Breaker Shard, the tip of the abyssal spear that split this land and created the breach. This power cannot stay in their grasp, however. Foul magics cloud their location from my sight, so ye must locate the shard through other means. Seek below a band of cultists transporting a prisoner, an orc named Gorum. Gorum knows the location of the cultist outpost and may serve as a valuable ally in the days to come. You must find this Gorum, and he will be able to tell you where the tip of
I'm
the
sorry,
spear...
I might have heard wrong. Did you say he was a human or halfling or a nice friendly creature?
An orc.
All right, I was afraid you said that. An orc.
Yes.
The murdering, violent kind. I heard about in stories.
He might be a little rough around the edges, but he is a nice fellow at heart. Thanks, Mr. Engulfier. So, which one of these wide passages do we go through then?
The first on the left. You'll be going through these 6 different passages along this journey.
Ooh, long journey. All right then, come on, Griffin.
Aye.
Now here's the other thing. Each of these missions has a threat. That threat is going to be something that poses a dangerous threat to us, that if we spend too much time delving the breach, it could find us. Each threat is represented by a d6. It starts at 1. Anytime we take a lot of time doing something, or if we have some kind of bad failed roll, it goes up by 1. And when it reaches 6, the threat happens.
Cool. So is there some information about the threat here?
The threat is a trio of goblins.
Are they working with the orc, or?
That will be up to us. They are plundering and robbing.
First of all, it'd be cool if we cut now to a scene of the goblins like running through the caves.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, so we're going to move on to our first waypoint. A sloping corridor carries you into the oppressive depths of the breach. Tread softly, lest ye wake the creatures of fang and wing, nesting within the cracks and hollows of this ancient passage.
I have an oil lamp. I'll probably light that up so that we got some light.
You want to lead the way, Griffin?
You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm always serious.
No, I don't want to lead the way.
Of course not.
I'll bring up the rear.
All right, then.
There could be something following us.
Guess I'm walking in the blindness. Okay, do we want to sneak across, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't want to wake any winged creatures.
I don't either.
So in this game, we have a series of skills. In this case, we're going to use our sneaking skill. We're going to roll a d20. If we roll equal to or lower than our skill, then we succeed.
So we're trying to roll low.
Yes.
If we roll a 1, that is very good.
A 1 is a critical.
That is a dragon.
20 is also a critical, but the opposite direction.
A demon.
Exactly. That would be very bad. So group sneaking works like this. The person with the lowest sneaking value rolls for the entire group.
What the heck?
So what's your sneaking?
14.
Mine's a 6. So I'm rolling a d20. I got to get a 6 or lower. If I fail, something happens. Ready for this?
Yeah, I guess so.
Should have shined that light towards me. Here we go. 10. That's a failure. What's the consequence?
Winged beasts attacked us?
As I'm walking in the darkness, I'm not watching my footing. And I step off into the side and some rocks tumble down. The rocks fall and they bang extremely loudly.
And we hear some flapping wings up above. We get the sense they're circling us, but we look up and just see darkness. And like, I kind of come up to you, we go back to back. I'm like,
What was that? I thought I heard something.
It didn't sound good.
No, it didn't. We better run. I don't want to fight no devilish creatures.
You sure? I can start casting my magics.
Magics? No, this ain't no place for magic. This is a place for our little legs to be going faster than they've ever gone before.
And then you better run for your life.
they probably attack us, right?
Yeah.
Is there any like chance thing like that, like in Iron Sword?
Yeah, there is. Fortune chart.
Fortune chart. Is our fortune looking up?
So we're going to roll a d6. That's going to determine yes or no. If we want to tip the scales a little bit, we can roll 2d6. Take the higher or take the lower. So I think maybe we just roll 1d6.
Are the winged creatures going to attack us? 6.
That means extreme yes.
Oh, frick. Oh, okay.
That's bad. That is extremely bad. So yes, they are going to attack us.
Okay.
Okay, so before we do that, I want to cast some spells then. So I have to roll to be successful at casting them. Okay, so I'm going to roll against my mentalism of 12 in order to cast Power Fist. That is going to be a failure, so my Power Fist fails. Then I'm going to try to cast Stone Skin, which I fail again. Jesus.
So we're back to back in this dark cavern. I have my oil lamp up, and like as the camera's panning around to you, what are you doing?
Oh, Griffin, my spells aren't working.
What are you doing? Stop doing that.
My spells aren't working.
Stop doing that. You're creating sparks. It's attracting them.
Oh boy. Once you go into initiative, each creature in combat is going to draw a card. The cards go from 1 to 10. That's going to determine where you go in the initiative. 1 being you go first, 10 being you go last. Now because we're ambushed, we're going to get the 9 and 10 cards immediately. And then you can draw a card for each of these winged creatures.
Winged creature number 1 gets a 1. Winged creature number 2 gets a 4.
Okay, so we're just going to use the simple NPC stats for these guys, I think. So they're not too deadly for our first combat. So these guys have 12 health. Okay, so one of them is going to swoop down and attack one of us. On a 1 to 3, they attack me, and on a 4 to 6, they attack you. They're going to attack you.
Great.
Because you have the oil lamp, you're easier to see. So it swoops down towards you, brandishing its claws, and it is going to attempt to make a strike.
Great.
So he is successful in his attack. Now, you can attempt to parry or dodge. Doing so will cost you your action. You can either evade, which is dodging out of the way, or you can attempt to block it with one of your weapons.
Which would be my knife.
Yeah. If you want to use your special halfling ability, you could get a boon to your evade roll.
I see. Hard to catch. When dodging an attack, you have a boon on evade. Yeah, I think I'll go for the evade.
Okay.
Realistically, my guy, he's not ready to pull out his knife just yet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that costs 3 willpower.
Willpower. So that gives you a boon on the roll, which means you're going to roll 2d20 and take the lower roll. Oh,
Okay.
good job. Okay, so you avoid all of the damage from the monster's attack.
And I flip over my initiative card.
Flip over your
I've
initiative
done
card.
my action.
And if you want to, you can choose to move 1 square. for
Okay,
free.
away from it.
It won't provoke the creature's opportunity attack.
Okay, so Griffin does a roll. Well, not like a combat roll. Like he rolls on his side kind of pitifully away from the creature. Okay, and that is that winged beast's turn. That is its action.
Now it's the other winged beast. Which one of us is it attacking? Me or
Just
you?
gonna do random again?
We can do random.
Maybe there's a slight chance it attacks you more,
Okay.
just because I'm kind of rolling. So maybe I'm a smaller target.
Okay. So how about on a 1 to 4 it attacks me?
Okay, yeah.
So-
God.
Oh, it's attacking
it.
you again. Oh, frick. So it swoops down towards you.
Okay, now I can't evade anymore. I'm on the ground rolling already.
Now this is starting to look a little hairy.
You see why you didn't want to go on the adventure?
I see now. All right, so you're taking 2d6 damage.
So
Do you have any armor at all?
No.
All right. You're down to 4 health.
He didn't want to go on and go. He just grabbed his cloak on the wall and
Yeah.
went out.
Oh, it is over to me. I'm the last turn in the initiative.
I'm rolling on the ground. Ow! Ow, Mort! We gotta go now!
Here's the problem: is if we move away from them, they're going to get hits on us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they don't have a damage bonus. So I could attempt to shove them if I'm successful.
And that would help you, not me necessarily, but
I'm going to try it. So I'm going to hit them with my brawling. I'm going to punch them. Here it comes. Okay, barely a hit. All right, so I hit the creature. Here's my damage. 4 points. And I get to push him up the 1 square way. So I'm going to push him there. So I can move 10 meters. Where are we going? What's our plan here?
probably that way. The exit.
I'd only be able to get up to there. If I moved straight back this way, they wouldn't be able to get to me.
Maybe we just run back the way we came. Kind of our only option. Not to die.
Completely pathetic.
2 little halflings, they can take on Deepfall Breach.
Yeah. All right, I'm running back. Now we go into the next round, so we all draw an initiative card. 7.
Okay, for me,
You need to get high.
5.
Okay, let's see what they draw.
Creature 1, 2. Creature 2, 1.
Oh my god, what the F. All right, so creature 1 is going to attack first.
Yeah, maybe he'll move up to you. This other one already has me pinned to the ground, basically.
it'll be... He could, if he wanted to, he could dash. Go double movement.
Do we want to be lenient on ourselves for this time?
I think we should.
Okay.
So he'll use his full turn to get up to me in melee range.
Okay.
The other one is going to attack you.
Griffin is just straight up in the fetal position.
Oh, frick.
He's getting cut with these talons. His trusty cloak that was once always on its knob in his house, that he's wearing for the first time, now has fresh tatters and rips.
All right.
I'm so dead, dude.
Evade?
Yo, yeah, I can evade. Are
you going to use your willpower again to use hard to catch?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
There's
I
no
think
way
you
I
should.
wouldn't do that. That was cocked.
Yeah.
But I still made it.
Well, you could get a crit.
Oh, I could get a crit. Okay. No.
Okay, so you take no damage and you can move 1 square.
All right, I roll out of the way a little bit more. All right, so that is my move.
That is that creature's move, and it is back to me. I'm thinking I can run towards you, grab you, and jump off this cliff, and cast Slow Fall.
Okay.
If that is successful, that it would effectively get us out of combat. If I'm doing it, I'm risking getting an attack.
All right, you can try it.
Okay. Mort sees Griffin being torn into sunders. And he is going to run straight towards him, realizing maybe he's made a mistake. So he's going to move out of melee range with that winged creature. So it gets a free attack against him. So I'm making an evade roll now to see if that creature gets a free attack against me. I'm going to use my hard to catch 3 willpower. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 willpower left. So that's going to give me a boon on this evade roll. Alright, so I successfully evade that creature's attack. It swipes at me as I try to run towards you. I see you in your fetal position. I grab you, holding you like a basketball. Grab you, leap off the edge of the cliff. And as I'm doing that, I say, "Don't worry, Griffin, I'm gonna get us out of this one. We're gonna die!" As the wind is whipping past our face. Alright, let's see if this magic trick will work this time. Thankfully, because this is a magic trick, it automatically succeeds, costing me 1 willpower. I have 2 willpower left. And I cast Slow Fall. As we're falling to the ground, suddenly, we stop. Just an inch before we hit the surface.
Frick?
Yeah. We're fricked.
Yeah.
Now we're kind of lost in Deepfall Breach.
Griffin slowly gets up. He says,
I told you, Mort. I told you this was a bad idea. I said this would be dangerous. You said it would be totally safe. The first thing we do is get attacked by things that easily take us down. We are not fighters. We are halflings. That means we stay in our homes where it's safe. What was I thinking going with you?
I'm sorry I put you in harm's way. When we get back to the surface, we can go back home.
Now it's not even up for discussion.
All right.
We are finding a way out of here. I don't care about no Gorm or whatever it may be. I care about sitting on my porch, watching over my garden and playing my lyre.
I just wanted to make a name for myself.
No good halfling has a name made for himself in legend or in novel.
All right.
Let's keep going.
all right, so we probably want to...
So first of all, we should increase the threat counter.
yeah, okay.
So it's going to go
So
from
we
1
just
to 2.
decide when it increases.
Yeah. Okay. So now the threat's at 2.
Okay.
A goblin ambush looms over our heads.
You want to do a scene of the goblins at all?
Okay, sure.
Hey, stop those drums. They're getting on my nerves.
Sorry. I remember we've got to be quiet if we want to set up this ambush properly.
Yeah, so I don't know why you're banging a drum.
'Cause I like the music.
Well, I hate the music. That's human work.
Well, that's 'cause you got a thick skull.
Hey, you know I'm sensitive about my thick skull.
Well. It also means you got a small brain.
Yeah, right.
Now, I thought I heard some rocks fall down further down in the breach.
I couldn't hear it over the dumb drums, but... Alright, let's go check it out.
Alright, then.
Sing!
Dong, dong. My guy's name is Thick Skull. My guy's name is Drummer.
Yeah.
Then there's a third one with them named Just Quiet.